In an unprecedented decision, Alabama's highest court ruling that, quote, unborn children are children without exception based on developmental stage, physical location, or any other characteristics, end quote. Now, this decision sparking questions and opinions from both sides, but for future parents, it also sparks concerns over access to IVF and fertility treatments. The decision from Alabama's Supreme Court that embryos, whether they're in or out of a uterus, are children, making national headlines, especially with political candidates.
I think that the court was doing it based on the law, and I think Alabama needs to go back and look at the law. This is incredibly personal to me because I had both of my children with fertility.
Here in Lexington, it's a positive for one local organization.
We've got to honor the dignity of the child and the embryo in these cases as well. You know, at the start, we recognize that at the moment of conception, it's a new human life.
Those opposed to the Alabama opinion say those who discard unwanted embryos, for example, in fertility treatment operations, could be at risk of being held liable for wrongful death, a profound effect on those hoping to build their families through IVF.
And fundamentally, that means that whether in the womb, outside of the womb, it's still a child.
In 2022, Kentucky completely banned abortion in the state with limited exceptions.
We're certainly in a different legal environment now. Over the last several years, with the recognition that there is no, constitutional right to take the life of an unborn child.
Walz believes the Alabama decision is a way for Kentucky to further conversations on how to protect unborn life.
I'm just really hopeful that this will lead to a conversation to say what's the ethical way to regulate and ensure that these procedures are done in a way that honors human dignity.
The Kentucky chapter of the American Civil Liberties Union advocates for those seeking abortions, issuing the following statement in response to Alabama's ruling, quote, while the ruling by the Alabama Supreme Court is devastating for families in that state, it does not affect Kentuckians seeking to build their families here. As always, we remain committed to retaining access to the full spectrum of reproductive care in the Commonwealth and will always fight for Kentuckians to build their families on their own terms, end quote. We continue following the impact of the ruling here in Kentucky. Now, next week, we'll be speaking to a fertility doctor and getting his take on this issue. Some others are also concerned over the future of IVF treatment. For now, Anna Medina, ABC 36 News.